I was born in Taiwan, grew up in Canada, and have been living in mainland China for the past 13 years. I want to share 3 perspectives that I gained while living in China that has enriched my life in several ways. Number 1, I'm not a foreigner. I'm Chinese. I think living in China has given me closer roots and connection with my Chinese identity. My background is that I grew up in Canada, but my grandparents on my father's side, my yeye and nainai, were actually both born in mainland China. So over the years, I've gained a greater cultural appreciation for my family tree. The facts are undeniable. I've also visited many places in China, absorbed many key insights, and I've started to replace my ignorance with knowledge. Which brings me to my second perspective. 99.9% of Chinese friends I've gotten to know over the years are completely reasonable with the way of the world. You just have to take the time to listen to them. We need to have reasonable conversations and exchange ideas. What's important to me, living here, is getting out of the Westerner's silo, thinking only from a Westerner's perspective, and connecting with the people here on the ground. And let me say a bit more about connection. You can learn something from everyone, especially if you let go of your preconceived notions. You have to take the time to listen. I think everyone deserves their personal dignity and right to express themselves. Sometimes people are just preconditioned to express themselves in a certain way that's not comfortable for us to take in the information. But you don't want to lose the message simply because you have an issue with the way it's delivered. Third, being multicultural is an asset. Embrace it. For someone like me with a multicultural background, there is a tendency to feel more Chinese when you're in a Western country and more Western when you're in China. I did have this feeling 12 or 13 years ago when I first came here. For example, I wanted to connect with other native English speakers. I wanted to desperately keep in touch with my Western way of life. But over time, 2 things happened. First, the Chinese way of life is much more convenient than the Western way. I should make a separate video about that, but if you're Chinese, you know what I mean. Second, I've come to realize that my identity is what it is. There's no running away from it. It's there 100% of the time. It's me. So I've learned to embrace the fact that I have different identities, I can play different roles, I can take different viewpoints. And it's a privilege to have options like that. So I choose to stay in China and pay my taxes, and I'm settled here for the long term. I wanted to share these perspectives with you because I'm constantly getting interesting comments about my background whenever I make one of these videos. And I'm recording this in English so that it can be understandable to a wider audience. Thanks for watching.